Animal rescue is one of the most selfless deeds a human can do, so who doesn't love watching it online? Seeing vulnerable animals getting help and love is the foundation for a lot of channels like the Doodoo or Hope for Paws. But what if I told you that a lot of these so-called rescues are actually fake? These videos seem perfectly normal for the average viewer. Some guy walks around with a camera, probably vlogging, until he spots a kitten in need. The kitten is wet and cold and it seems desperate for help. So our hero takes out some cloth, cares for the kitten and brings it to his clinic. As you can see, this person is most likely a vet, so he starts inspecting the kitten's health. He checks the temperature, heart rate, and the kitten fortunately seems to be okay. So he gives it a quick wash, some food, and some nice warm blankets before letting it rest. The last shot we see is this little kitten resting, thinking of the nice humans that saved its life. Well, this is what they want you to think, and apparently it works. They receive a lot of positive support on the videos, even praise from some people. Thanks for saving this cute kitten. God bless you, brother. Today what the world is running because of you and just like you, some accountable people. Thank you so much to save him. Love this work and respect for this. God rewards you. So why am I calling these channels out when they're saving animals and have a strong community that believes in them? Well, for a couple of reasons. Looking at the video we just saw, there's a lot of things that doesn't add up. If we pause here, we can see that the vet brought with him 3 things to the spot. Cat food, a bowl, and a pet carrier. So, in other words, he must have known there was a kitten somewhere in this location to begin with. But where did he get this information? In the beginning of the video, we can also see him driving towards the spot, so I'm guessing that someone must have called him and said there was a stray kitten in the water. But where is this other person? And wouldn't this person take the kitten inside, instead of just leaving it in the water, especially when it's so small and calm? It almost seems like the person recording brought the kitten out there to begin with. Another thing I don't really understand is how the kitten got wet. The dirt they're walking on seems to be dry, so it hasn't rained. In other words, the kitten must have jumped into the water. However, I have a hard time seeing a cat, nonetheless a kitten, jumping into the water without a reason. He might have gotten chased into it, but it doesn't seem to have any scratches or other signs of being chased. So the most logical thing would be that the man brought the kitten out there, dipped it in water, and started recording the video. And this so-called rescue was actually just staged. The other half of this video at the clinic is just there to make everything seem more believable. But when you think about it, he didn't really do anything to help the kitten. He just washed it and gave it some food. So to summarize this rescue, he just washed the kitten and gave it some food, which everyone can do. But it doesn't end there. The video we just watched is called Rescue Kittens for Being Skinny, Lifeless, Cold and Wet Lying on the Water. There is some broken English in the title, but that makes sense since this channel seems to be a bit niche, judging by the sign at the clinic. The channel is called Kiwi Sport, and just by looking at the homepage, something seems off. Do you see how often this guy rescues kittens in need? 3 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 22 hours ago, 1 day ago. This guy rescues 3 to 4 kittens every day in dire need of help. And how do I know that they are in dire need of help? Well, by looking at the thumbnails. These kittens are so hurt that they're bleeding from their mouths. The fact that they added some fake blood to these thumbnails only shows how little they actually care about these animals getting help and are just doing this to gain money. If we look closer at these other videos, they start off the same way as the first video we watched. He drives his bike or car and then stops out of nowhere until he finds a kitten. In this specific video, he just stops at some rubble and starts looking for an animal without it making a sound or doing anything to be seen. He searches through the rubble until he finds a kitten in dire need of help. So instead of helping the poor kitten straight away, he lets it walk around for 2 minutes before decides finally time to help it. So he takes it back to his clinic and does the same thing as the other video. Checks its temperature, heart rate, gives it a bath, gives it some food, and at the end lets it relax in front of its camera. In other words, all his videos follow the exact same structure. And another thing for this video that I don't really understand is when this image of the kitten laying under the rubble that he used as his thumbnail was taken. Because during these 2 minutes, when the kitten just walks around, it never curls up and tries to hide itself under the bricks, like we can see in this image. In other words, this person most likely put the kitten in that position to take this picture. So I'm really questioning if this channel is actually rescuing animals or if they're just using them for views. And I'm sorry to say this, but this isn't the only channel I come across that does these type of videos. Here we can see another man walking around in some type of forest until he spots a snake that is trying to suffocate a kitten. Of course, the man saves the kitten at the end of this video, but just the act of placing a helpless kitten in a pit with a snake for views is just wrong in so many ways. So, how do I know that this is fake? Well, because the camera is standing conveniently right next to the pit, and this person's acting, who's looking up at the sky when I'm walking, and once he decides to look down the pit, he's so surprised that he even twitches backwards in shock. If this wasn't enough evidence, after the first video got a lot of traction, the channel's later videos consist of them saving even more kittens and puppies that somehow managed to get caught by snakes in weird places. Almost as if they were placed there to begin with. But all of this isn't exclusive on YouTube. Over on TikTok, I found this video with almost 38 million views and 3.4 million likes. This TikTok shows how a bald eagle is rescued by family. They show the whole process of the eagle healing until it's finally let back out into the wild. They even include a clip at the end where the eagle draws a fish to the family to show a token of appreciation to his saviors. And like the other clips we've seen so far, there's a lot of things that seems off with this narrative. Firstly, the eagle apparently had a broken wing that recovered after a period of care, which makes sense. But what happened to this eagle during that time? It apparently forgot how to hunt. The eagle managed to lose his hunting ability because the family gave it fish, which doesn't make any sense at all. A bald eagle that has most likely been living for 10 years doesn't forget how to hunt after not doing it for a couple of weeks. Okay, but let's say the eagle forgot how to hunt. At which locations does the family train the eagle to get back into shape? Well, here we can see one of the family members giving it fish at the ocean. Here they're throwing fish at it in a lake. And here we can see the family's yard at the end of the video. And here comes the kicker. These are just totally random clips that the editor stitched together. The first video apparently took place in western Kentucky, which is quite a bit from the nearest ocean where this fisherman was working. And this backyard from where the eagle was originally found looks nothing like where he returned the favor at the end of the TikTok. Just stitching random clips together to form a rescue story can be seen for every type of animal, like moose. This is a clip of a moose family stopping a car, and I have 4 different TikToks here that all start a story off with this clip. All of these TikToks say that this moose family asked these humans for help, and apparently they got led over to a calf in a dangerous situation. Now, the funny thing is that all of these TikToks shows a different clip of a calf in need. So in other words, at least one of these stories of a mother asking humans for help is fake. But my guess is that all of them are just like the eagle video. Seeing vulnerable animals getting helped is something every human wants to see. So it's too bad that some people are exploiting this to get money and fame online. But now at least you guys are a little bit more aware. Anyways, this is all I had to say. Please comment down below if you have seen any fake animal rescue videos. And otherwise, Leo out.